Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Neca, the last Ronin Leonardo. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today you can see what we are going to be taking a look at, so let's get into it and take a look at the box first. So here is the front of the box, basic for this line. You could flip it open with a promo pick. Then we do have the window there displaying the figure. There's the bottom with the barcode, blah, blah, blah stuff. There's the top, the one side with beautiful artwork of Leo there, and then there's the other side, and then the back does have a couple promo images, and then there's a little bio, so if you want to read that, pause it now, and you can give it a read. So that's the packaging. Let's take a closer look at Leonardo. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look at Leo here, and my goodness, Neca did a beautiful job on this figure, just like how they did with our last Ronin, Raphael. The face sculpt looks great, the bandana, I love all the black lines throughout it, and that brown cloth piece is glued on the front. You could flip it up on the back, you could slide the swords through there, but I love the paint detail all throughout that, man. What beautiful paintwork throughout this figure. I love the pouches on the belt and everything, and I love all the buckles and straps on the sides, all that tiny sculpt detail and paintwork, and then the wrappings look great. I love these armor pieces on the hand and the arm. That looks dope. We got a piece of armor on the right side of the leg with a couple straps. Love the sculpting to the pants, and I believe it's a dry brush they used on the pants, but I love the paintwork on there, and then the wrappings on the feet. There's the turtle toes and everything. Bottom, a little bit of sculpt detail, but my goodness, Neca just kills it with their last Ronin figures, their TMNT stuff in general. So now let's move on to the height and height comparisons. So now for Leonardo's height, it looks like he's a bit over 6 inches tall to the very top of his bald green head, and then here he is compared to some other Ninja Turtles. So we do have the Playmates 2003 Raphael, then we do have the Mezco Leonardo, we do have the NECA Last Ronin Raphael, and then we do have the NECA Mirage Comics Leonardo. And then here he is compared to the Marvel Legends Venom. We have the 2.0 Mafex Mandalorian. Then we do have the Mezco Storm Shadow and the Mafex Gambit. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Kakashi Luffy, the Demoniacal Fit or Demonical Fit 3.0 Goku. Then we do have the Mezco the Crow. So there's the height and height comparisons. Now let's move on to the accessories. Moving on to the accessories, Leo here is included with a pretty good amount of stuff, alternate heads, interchangeable hands, and some weapons. So we do get the 2 interchangeable head sculpts. We have the basic stern face on the left, and then the angry teeth gritted face on the right, and they did a great job with both of them. Then we do get his swords, katanas, and then we do get 5 kunai. So the swords you can store on his back. Under that top piece, there's another loop as well, and then you can store all 5 kunai on his belt. Then we do get 8 alternate hands, a pair of fists, gripping hands, kung fu type hands, and karate chop type hands as well. So that is all the accessories with Leo. Now let's take a look at the articulation. So for the articulation, the bandana can swivel, looks down really good, doesn't really look up that much. You do get nice pivot and then swivel action. The torso can't really move too much, bends forward a tiny bit, doesn't really go back, slight pivot and then swivel action. Arms go out 90 degrees up and down. You can't get his arms all the way down, but you do have true bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in more than 90, then you get a swivel and a hinge at the wristaroo. Legs kick forward almost 90, go back a tiny bit. He can almost Van Damme it, so nice outward movement. You do get the hip swivel. You do get a swivel at the knee, double jointed knees, pretty much go back all the way. No swivel on the lower leg or ankle. The ankles hinge up, tiny bit, hinge down really good. Then you do get the ankle rocker. Pivot action. Overall, Neca once again did a fantastic job with the last Ronin Ninja Turtle figure. The detail is outstanding, and this is where Neca does shine when it comes to their figures in general. The accessories are pretty good too. They give you a good amount of hands and a couple head sculpts with his swords along with some kunai. The articulation is pretty good. They definitely need to update a point or two. Mainly they need to give you swivel either on the ankles or the lower legs, and I wish they'd update their ankle pivot, because me personally, I'm not a fan of the ankle rocker. Everything else though is pretty good with the movement, but when it comes to a Ninja Turtle, there's only so much you could do around the torso. I did have tons of fun posing around this Leonardo, a lot more fun than I did with the last Ronin Raphael. I also did not experience any QC issues like stuck joints or anything, and stuck joints is a big problem when it comes to NECA's figures. You usually get at least one or two joints that are stuck on one of their figures, but not all the time, like how this Leonardo didn't have any stuck joints at all. So now let's get into my rating for this figure, and I think I'd have to give this last Ronin Leonardo a 9.3 out of 10. But anyway, that's my review of the NECA, the last Ronin Leonardo. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this figure in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, I will catch you on the next episode of Daredevil 19, and I will also see you guys later.
Whoa! Yeah!
We shall start with revenge.
I am the knight. Gonna change the future.